What up, train people? It's Connor here again. My goal is to create new videos every week. You know, I had a 3 day weekend. I had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I was like, oh, I'm for sure gonna be able to come over here and fool around and show you some new stuff. Well, I woke up Friday morning and was not feeling well at all, and I went to the walk-in clinic on Saturday and uh, found out I had strep throat. So that really uh, it really dampened a lot of things I had planned going on. But it's luckily it's Monday morning, or early Monday morning, and I'm feeling a heck of a lot better. So those antibiotics really did some tricks. I know I said I was going to have a couple of new items to show off this week. Well, I do, and I actually have one more planned than normal, than you planned than what I originally thought, and I'm going to show them off. We got some good and we got some bad. Uh, let's start with the good. Right over here, this is something I picked up from Train World. It's a Train World exclusive. It's a New York City trash gondola. It's an MTH Premier item, and I'm really happy with it. The camera's not really picking it up real well, but the colors just stand out, and just the weight on this thing. I've had other MTH items before, and this one has a really nice weight to it, which I really, really enjoy. You know, on top of that, I also got this Chicago Northwestern hopper from Berwyn's Toys and Hobbies, or whatever. I forget the name of the store, but it's in Berwyn, Illinois. And this is my first time I've actually bought anything from them. I've seen a lot of their custom runs they did, but never really pulled the trigger. But this time I did, and I'm really happy with it. This is an MTH Premier item, and it's an exclusive for Berwyn's. And it really fits with the one I showed off here the other week. I showed you where these poles here are kind of, I don't know if the camera picks it up. They're kind of not straight at all. And I look at this one, you know, well, the camera actually picks it up on here. This one kind of is a little bit. But this one's a lot better. I don't know if it was something in the factory, or, like I said, it was really hot when this one came. I don't know if the heat could have warped it. I've seen stories of that happening to other people, so I really don't know. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's going to fit really nice in this collection. These MTH Premier items just really stick out. Oh, and the Atlas Premier, they're essentially, MTH Premier items. They're Atlas bought the tooling, and essentially the same. But they look so much better than your Lionel items, I know there's a lot of Lionel loyalists, and I do like my Lionel, but I just really love this MTH products. Talking about Atlas Premier, I got one new item from Atlas Premier, and I really, really like it, but sadly it has some faults. I got this Atlas Premier all-door boxcar. I've always liked this paint scheme, and I was looking forward, and I found one. Was it the Public Delivery Track or some store like that? They're out of California, and I actually ordered this quite a while ago, but it just kept on getting messed up, getting lost, and shipping. But I finally got it, and I was really disappointed to open it. This item came damaged. The trucks here are broken. It's Hold on. Well, this metal piece here actually broke off, and I was playing with it. There it goes. Yeah, it's completely broken off. Really a bummer. To see the metal piece just like it looked like it just snapped, and I got very bad lighting. I'm doing this very early in the morning, so the lighting here's not the greatest. But yeah, this came broken. I know it won't cost much to get replacement trucks, but when you get a new item, you kind of wish you're gonna have to do some work to it. So I gotta first buy it and fool around and learn how to tear this apart and put new ones on. But it's definitely gonna be a project. I won't have to work on. I don't know when. I'm gonna be very busy the next couple weeks. I'll be at Cedar Point this coming weekend. That's an amusement park in Sandusky, Ohio. So I'll be busy then. So I probably won't be over here to make another video, but I'll hopefully try to make a video at the park, show you, some things there in their train. So they have there, their railroad, and it's really cool up there. And then the week after that, I have a concert I'm going to go to on that Friday. So that's going to set me back at one free day. But I should be able to come over here and make a video on a Saturday or Sunday. But we'll definitely see. But I really don't have much else to show off today. Still not feeling the greatest. And not in the mood to do a whole lot. But I thought I'd come out here and just show you these new items. And, I'm happy. And they're going to look really good up here. And, it's definitely a goal to get some trains running soon. I like to have it's July now. By September, have a locomotive and some power. But right now, I just don't have the time to really enjoy it. So I'm not really spending the money on it just quite yet. But I am. If I see something online I like that's affordable, I'll pick things up like freight cars. But, I have money I have to put in my Cedar Point trip and the concerts. I've been going to a couple concerts this summer already, and more coming. And, it just takes up money. But I know once the weather starts cooling down, my train budget's going to go up. But okay, everyone have a good week. This video is shorter than what I normally do. But we'll definitely have a longer video in the future. I got my N scale stuff. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to start going through that and showing off a lot of my N scale stuff I said I would. I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of interest in seeing that. Looking at the analytics of my videos, the N scale stuff is my highest viewed content. So definitely I think posting more of that will be good for this channel. I really love my N scale items. And I'm definitely figure out what I'm going to do with it. Because I still want to do model N scale trains. But I also really want to get back in O scale. I love my O scale. I love low scale. And I had this big table, and I think it wasn't the right decision to have this big of a table and put these N scale trains. So what am I going to build for it? I don't know yet, but something's definitely going to happen. You know, I think with micro trains coming out and making new products is really going to get me back in N scale and show interest in N scale. You know, not having new products really lost a lot of interest in it. And, you know, that's why I was really into it for a while, because they were getting all those items. But, well, I'll let you go. You know, I'm going to mess around down here. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do, but I'm going to do some stuff. We'll show you that in a later video, but, you know, I will show you this. You know, I show you some things. Last video I was going to do a lot of cleaning around, and I did do quite a bit, not as much as I wanted to, but quite a good amount. So first thing, if you see my older videos, you're seeing this is kind of a mess down here. I really cleaned up quite a bit, and then you see on my bookcases over here, really had a lot of my grandma's old stuff here, and moved it to a different location. Going to do a garage sale, so a lot of stuff people would be interested in. But yeah, I put in a lot of my N scale stuff here. You know, I got my N scale transformers, a lot of N scale track, the roundhouses. Oh, I got that Menards dancing bear. I'll make a short on that. Turntable right there. And, you know, just kind of pushing a whole bunch of other stuff. I got my N scale tunnel. But really got clean. We're going to put some stuff here, and it's going to be nice. And like I said, down here we got all these boxes moved out. And we're just going to slowly but surely clean the basement down here. You know, this is my grandma's place, and she just put a lot of stuff down here. And I had to clean it up to get my table down here. And eventually this will be a really nice train area. But it's going to take some time. You know, we get this old pool table out of here. You know, we're going to get that expansion down here. And it's going to make a huge difference down here. But that's all I really got for now. We'll make some videos in the near future. And everyone have a great week.